My name's Kat, I'm the Visitor Experience Manager here at Dundreggan.
And my name's Stephen. I'm now the Dundreggan Property Manager, so I look after all these buildings here. Human beings are working in the landscape to restore the Caledonian forest to help rewilding the highlands.
The landscape here is really old, and it is a mixture of lots of different processes. There's a really long history, obviously, of all of the geological processes that have shaped it, the glacial processes that have shaped it.
So what we see around us now is in fact something like 10,000 years old.
A lot of the forest has been lost from this landscape over a really long period of time, partly due to changes in the environment, changes in climate, changes in species, but a lot of it has been down to removal of trees by humans. One of the main threats to this landscape is something that we call shifting baseline syndrome, which is the way that we as humans view and interact with the landscape. We tend to see what is normal as what we're used to, which means we don't really have the long view of how the landscape has changed and what has come before, and that means that we don't necessarily think about what we might want the landscape to look like in the future. And one of the things we've gotten really used to is a really deforested landscape with really high numbers of grazing animals like deer. Every pound that is spent in this centre goes to supporting the work of Trees for Life. So all those rewilding projects, reintroductions of squirrels, tree planting, working with volunteers. By visiting Dundreggan, you are helping to support the work of the wider charity.
The money that comes in through the tours goes directly to our work, but it also demonstrates by this rewilding centre the support the tours bring to this centre. We are now employing over 20 people. Most of those are local. All the work that happens here benefits the local area, this glen. It's not just about wild animals and trees and tree planting. All of that is very important. But what we're trying to demonstrate here is that it is possible for people to have thriving businesses and full lives in a rewilded landscape.
At Dundreggan, we've mostly been focusing on restoring the forest, and with that we're hoping that lots of species will find their way back here because the habitat will be suitable for them again. There are some species that have made their own way back, including feral pigs, which we sometimes call wild boar, and they bring a really important process of disturbance and regeneration with them. And Trees for Life, as a wider organisation, has been working on the introduction of red squirrels across the North West Highlands and reintroduced 11 new populations of squirrels really successfully. During a visit, guests will hear from our staff all about the work of Trees for Life and everything that's happening at Dundreggan and some of the fantastic wildlife that we have here. And then they will have a chance to explore, to visit the rest of the visitor centre where there's lots of information. We have a lovely cafe, and then there's a series of footpaths outside that people can enjoy as well.